Awesome. Good morning, Coldwell Banker. I'm Jeff Renevere. I'm your Vice President of Sales, and I wanted to share with you a little nugget. So now many of you on this call remember the days where we would put a sign in the yard, maybe take a couple pictures with our iPhone, wrote up a possible 3-4 line property description in a hit live on the MLS. Sit back, literally sit back. We're going to kick our feet up and we're going to wait for our phone to absolutely be blown up by showing requests. Hell, you might even get someone said, hey, I want you to write up this contract for me. I mean, honestly, guys, weren't those the days? Those were the days that we absolutely loved. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, Jeff, that was like a century ago. But like the reality, guys, it was 2.5 years ago. Not 25, not 5, not 3, 30 months ago. Now, fast forward, and we're like, Jeff, what do I do now? What am I not doing? What am I missing? The house has been on the market, holy smokes, for 19 days. So before you go asking what else it is that you should be doing, I would ask that you look into what marketing can do for you. Similar to UPS, what can marketing do for you? Specifically, these marketing packages, the packages are not designed just to do mailers. And yes, they're amazing. Flyers, yes, they're amazing. The email blasts, yes, they're amazing. But guys, these are designed literally to give you more opportunities with, drum roll please, buyers and sellers. Research shows us that for each of our listings, you should have 3 more opportunities, 3 more leads, 3 more listings, 3 more buyers than you normally would in any other event. So like, guys, that's an absolute game changer. And no offense, I get that you're super talented in the Canva world. Trust me, I can't even log into the damn thing. But the reality is, like our marketing team, they went to school for this stuff. Let me say that again. They went to school for this. I came from an organization that had the front desk person, then learned publisher, then put an ad in the paper, and then was the marketing person. I am absolutely blown away by the skill set and the absolute talent that our marketing team has. So I would encourage you guys as agents to leverage and tap into that. But before I unleash this entire Focus Friday to our team, I want you guys to think of it this way as well. So let me tell you a story. I know an agent of ours who turned down an offer on a condo that she had listed. It had a contingency upon it. Now, she's not that cold-hearted where she turned down an offer because it had a contingency to sell the home. Before she presented the offer to her client, the seller, she reached out to the buyer's agent, who was obviously the listing agent on the other side. And she looked at the marketing and was like, well, this is interesting. So she calls and says, hey, agent, how's the traffic been? How's the interest been? Now, let me frame this whole thing up for you guys. It was priced under market value in Bozeman, Montana. That should have flown off the shelves. But the response of the agent was simply, yeah, man, it's been really, really quiet. I haven't had many requests. And as this agent started going through some of the different stuff, she realized there was 3 pictures, which is our MLS minimum, by the way. 2 of them had a thumb in the deal, right? I've done it before. And then there was literally the 3-word, 3-sentence property description, which gets blasted to 900 different websites. So the moral of the story was her client missed out on a replacement property because her listing agent didn't take the time and use the resources from a marketing perspective. And so here we are 45 days later, and the home is still on the market. The home has reduced $30,000 and is still active with the same listing agent. Do you think maybe a little bit of an investment would have gone a long ways with these folks? So anyways, remember this, not all agents are created equal. That is your absolute advantage when working with our marketing team. They will make you stand above the rest. So Carrie, please let these guys know what's what.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. That's a great intro. And we are so excited. We've been working so hard on these marketing packages to really take a look at everything that was in our CV 1, 2, 3, and the CVC 1, 2, and 3. Really taking a close look at what is in these packages and what is working, what's not working, what can we do to make this process better all around, turnaround times faster, all of that. And so we have put together these new marketing packages, which just launched yesterday, and we're really excited to share them with you. So Rachel, unfortunately, couldn't be here today, but we are here to answer all of your questions. For those of you who did submit questions to your AC, we have those, and we will be answering those towards the end. But anyone else who does have a question or something pops into your head, please put it in the chat, and we will be answering those later in the Focus Friday. So I know this 20 minutes is going to go super fast, so let's dive into some of these awesome new changes. So I'm just going to hit on a couple of the very big picture changes. So as you can see, first thing you'll notice, we revamped all of the designs. So I have to give a huge shout out to our creative specialist, Shayla, for all of this. They just look amazing. They're just kind of refreshed, have that, that recognizable branding, but are just taking everything to the next level with some new and refreshed branding. A couple of other big picture changes. So we have actually done away with the CB1, CB2, CB3, same on the commercial side with the CBC 1, 2, and 3. We have really made these packages completely customizable, and they are now, rather than having those 3 different levels, you're kind of stuck in those boxes, we have packages that are recommended by list price. So when you go into the order form, we'll show you that later. We'll give you a whole tour of the new order form and website. But when you go into that order form, you're going to enter your listing details, same as you always would. And when you put in that list price, it's going to recommend some marketing options based on that list price. So we've taken a look at different list prices and come up with the ideal package for that list price. So of course, we know that marketing packages and listings are not one size fits all. So what we've actually done is made the order form a giant checklist with different categories. So you can go through and look at our recommendations. If you want to change something, swap something out, we've made these really customizable so that they can be tailored exactly to your listing. So that's a big change, is that we have now made these much more customizable, and we can really curate them to the specific listing and the needs of that listing, with those recommendations to make it easy for you with the starting point. Another big change that we've made this year, so there's now flexibility in photographers and photography. So in many of our markets, photography was included in the marketing packages. So that is no longer the case. We have made those separate, so that you can now have the flexibility to go to your preferred photographer directly, which was what most agents were preferring to do anyways. Go get your photos, and that will in turn shorten our turnaround times as you provide us with the photos, and we have everything we need to get those proofs turned around in 24 hours or less. So we have made those changes to the photography. Joey is going to be going into a lot more detail on that, and not to worry for those photographers we were partnered with and had some discounted pricing with. That is continuing, and so Joey's going to touch on that in more detail and where you can find all of that information. We've also continued our partnership with Express Stocks, so that same quality and turnaround time that we're used to with the postcards and all of the printed materials, we are continuing that partnership with Express Stocks for that same quality materials. And another huge change, and this is one Alyssa's going to be talking about when she dives into the specifics of the website and what's all included. We have dedicated packages for builders and developers, for global luxury properties, and for land farm acreage properties. So specific, again, we're trying to make these as curated to your individual listing. And we know these types of listings have different needs and different features that we want to be able to have marketing designed specifically for them. So we've got different options and templates designed specifically for each of these categories. Spoiler alert, there are a few new company paid options in those packages as well that you're going to want to check out on that form. So again, super high level, but that's what we are excited to add. And then I'm just going to go through a few of the new offerings. So we added some new items to the marketing packages. Don't worry about taking notes. We have these slides that will be sent out to you. We also have a whole glossary that's really cool, that's new this year, that really explains every single item that's in the marketing packages, so that's an option that you could request. So when you're going in on that form, if you're not quite sure what something entails, we have a glossary that really explains everything in detail. So just to hit quickly before I turn things over to Melissa, going to hit on a couple of these new marketing package features. So geofencing ads, these are all about figuring out who that potential audience might be and targeting them with very specific ads. So we'll choose a very specific area and target with ads based on the listing and the client. We also have YouTube pre-roll ads that are new this year. So those are those ads when you're going to watch a YouTube video, those ads that play beforehand for 5 seconds that you watch and then you can choose to continue watching. I love those because those are just a great way to get in front of people. The click-through rates on those tend to be really great as well. And then Google search ads. So when you're typing in Google search, often you'll see those little sponsored ads that come up, those very first search results. I love Google search ads because you know when someone is seeing those ads, they've actually typed in into Google something that's relevant to your listing. So that's, you know, higher intent than scrolling through Facebook and happening to come across a listing. So I love those Google search ads. And then branded content across the USA Today network. So this is going to be a really great option for those higher end listings that you really want to dive in. And they actually look like an article, like a sponsored article, as you can see in that little example. So a great way to just share some more details, maybe about a unique higher end listing. Those are a great option. And lastly, so if you do have a global luxury listing and that you'll indicate that on the marketing package order form, we want to sit down with you and actually go through the details of your listing and what we can do to really make that listing stand out based on its unique features. So we are now offering a luxury marketing consultation. And so that's an option if it is, you know, something that you want to sit down with the marketing team and really put a plan together that's really going to blow your sellers out of the water, but also give you the opportunity to list more luxury properties. That's our goal with this luxury marketing consultation. So again, just trying to make everything as tailored and curated to your specific listing as we can. So I know I went through those super fast. I want to give Alyssa and Joey some time to get into the details here. But again, we will have some time for questions at the end, so feel free to put those in the chat. But now I'll turn it over to Alyssa, who is really the mastermind behind this whole this whole website that you're going to see. So Alyssa, take it away.
Yes, so one more new addition that we added, we're now offering dynamic QR codes on some of our marketing materials. These are really awesome because we can easily track clicks and they also update the QR codes. We can update them time and time again. So we no longer have to reprint things. We could just go in, update the link, and it will automatically update, which is so awesome. And not to mention tracking the analytics and everything. So now we're going to go over the website. Just get to it. So everything that you need to know about the new marketing packages is all on this website, and you can find it at cbmarketingpackages.com. So when you get to the website, this is just the homepage. You can obviously click here to get started. We do have a little bit of information included here. What is it? Who should participate? How does it work? And what's included? And then we also have a ton of frequently asked questions. If you ever have a question about anything, you can check here first and see if it's answered on there. If not, you can reach out to the marketing team and we can help you out. We also have personalized listing presentations right here on the site, so you can create your own listing presentation. And then obviously, like Carrie was talking about, we do have those dedicated packages to global luxury, land, farm, acreage, and builder and developer. So all of that global luxury information would be right here on the page. You can see the different assets that might be included in your package. And we also have the global luxury survey on here, which is really good to look at. Same with land, farm, acreage. So we created some really awesome new assets that are branded for the land, farm, acreage that are included in the package. And then for the builder and developer, we also have those assets on here. And then if you do have a builder and developer, you can request a consultation right here on the website. That's just the form you fill out, and then we will be reaching out to you about that. And then under this More tab, we have the Showcase Gallery, which just gives all the assets that we've created. They're all on there for you to browse through and kind of see what might be included in your packages. And then also on this page, like Carrie was talking about, we have the glossary. So this is super important if you are wondering what something is that is included on your website. in your marketing package, you can click right here and it's all in there listed out with a little definition so you can kind of know what to expect in your package. And then we also have a page dedicated for the listing presentation. So if you want a new personalized listing presentation, you can hop on here, fill out the form, and you're good to go. Now I'm going to hand it over to Joey, and he's going to talk about the package timeline and photography.
Well, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to talk about the timeline. Just wanted to give a brief overview, and so let's start. So you'll arrange your professional photos with your photographer. You'll schedule what you want photos, any additional add-ons that they offer. You can do that with them, work that out. That's your first step. So 10 days before your listing goes live is when we recommend that you order your marketing package. That gives us enough time if you ordered print materials to get that into your hands in time. So that's just a good rule of thumb because print materials take 5 to 7 days. From there, once we get your marketing package order, it should have a link to your photos. And we have 24 business hours to get you your proofs for those. And then once we work back and forth, get those to where you're happy with them, I say I'm not happy until you're happy. We will get those ordered and yep. So once we get approvals, I'll order those. And then 5 to 7 days, print materials will be received by agent. That gives you plenty of time if you're following that 10 days to not stress. And then your digital marketing will be distributed 24 hours, within 24 hours of the listing going live. And then your just sold will be looking at the report that we get every Monday and Wednesday to see when they close, and then we will send you your just sold materials. So, yeah. Thank you. And then the photographer information. So I did a whole lot of emailing back and forth with all your photographers. So they are all on here, depending on where you're at. So we can pick one and it'll drop you down to all of your, let's just say, Telluride. Yep. So here are your options. If you would like to continue to use your photographers, great. They're going to still keep the prices the same with us. But this also opens you up to ordering photos from anybody else you would like to use. You'll be working with them, payment scheduling, and any orders, add-ons, and stuff like that. But here's a good place to start if you're looking for a new one or would like to know more about what's offered in your area, who we've worked with in the past. Then, yeah. So filling out the form, you'll just go to the Let's Get Started section of website, and yeah, and we'll be filling those out, regular information, agent information, listing information, if it's a land development or residential. Most important part is your listing price. So 400,000 is a great example, and that is actually going to be what generates what your marketing package would look like. So you have the options already selected, so you can just go with that, or you can customize it and say, you know, add to, you know, the CB Distinctive website. If it's a residential property, you can also add more postcards, or maybe you don't want just listed postcards. So it's really customizable and really up to you to choose your own adventure, I guess, on that point. And if you are confused, I think it's the next slide. I've got scribes at each price point. So it goes step by step on how to order. And yeah, awesome. Okay, so that we had your ACs write down some questions that were coming up in the offices. And so I'm just going to quickly rapid fire through them. So question number 1, will marketing packages or ordering still be available on IQ? Yes. They've all been updated to go to the cbmarketingpackages.com. Let's get started. Let's see here. Question. Can agents still use their free CB2 certificate? Yes, we've updated those codes. So get in contact with your AC if you have one of those, and they'll get you that code. How flexible are the options? Very flexible. Like I said, you're choosing your own adventure. So while we do have a recommended package pre-selected for you, you're more than welcome to go in there and customize it and yeah, make it your own. And then let's see here. Oh, here's a great question. What if the cost of the property isn't reflected in the house, i.e. location, acreage, or shops? You can more than welcome to reach out to Rachel and myself, and we can really sit down with you and see what marketing materials best align with your goals and that goal of that property. So we have a lot of tools in our tool belt, so let us know how we can help you. How are you guys?
I think
Awesome.
there's some questions in the chat as well.
Yep, Alyssa, that first one I think is for you. Will this be added to Linktree?
Yep, so this has been added to Linktree. It's also as a quick link in CBIQ. If you just go to the top of CBIQ, there's a little link button. You can find it there, as well as Change Lives Academy on the marketing directory page.
Awesome. Matt, your question, where will a customer see a geofencing ad? So that's a great question. And really the cool thing about the geofencing ads, it's wherever we decide to put them. So depending on the listing, and we can help you do a little bit of research to figure out who that target audience might be. And even when you have a global luxury property, one of those company paid options that's now included is a wealth engine list. So what I like to do is work with you to come up with a list of your potential buyers, wherever they might be, and we can generate a list of those people. We can also, if it's a specific feeder market or specific area, we can really target down into a very specific radius to be really targeting a specific neighborhood. An example, say you have a listing that is has horse facilities or something like that, you can really dig into where other equestrian friendly neighborhoods are. Maybe those people are thinking of moving, so we can maybe target geofence those neighborhoods in your feeder markets and get really specific with an ad. So really the answer to that is wherever we want, and we can help you do some research to figure out where those best areas will be. Let's see. Okay. And Nicole, thank you for mentioning that the commercial all-inclusive plan is not changing. So if you're part of the commercial all-inclusive plan with Prime Properties, that you can still continue to use that same form, no changes there. But the CBC 1, 2, and 3 have been rolled into this form. So when you do go in to use this new form for those agents not in the commercial all-inclusive plan, there are some commercial options within that same form as well. So you'll see those there, but no changes for the AI plan. Joey, I'll let you take this one from Jimmy. Does an agent schedule and pay for photography or on their own, or is it ordered through this website?
That's a great question. And you'll go through the photographer's website to order, schedule, and pay everything on his side. Yep.
Nice. Mark and Bozeman, do your listing presentations have the updated 2023 marketing numbers yet? Alyssa, Joe, you may know this. I don't believe they're out yet, but I could be wrong on that. I think we're still waiting on those from the brand, unless you've heard otherwise, Alyssa, Joe.
I think we're still waiting.
Usually it's later in February that we get them. I don't think that they're usually out by this time, but we will definitely keep you updated. And we'll put that in this week at Distinctive when we do have those new numbers. Usually, I think it's usually around the end of this month. That's typical.
Shayla confirmed we're still waiting on the
Perfect.
numbers.
Thank you, Shayla. Marie, many $200,000 or $300,000 properties in Iowa. Is there a package for that? So yes, those thresholds that Joey showed with the scribe slide, those are just kind of some thresholds, but anything under the, even under the $400,000 threshold, there is the recommended options will be pre-selected. So yes, there are options for that. And when you put in that price point, the options will be pre-selected, and with all of them, you can kind of pick and choose if you do want to make any changes to that. But there are some recommended options for the $200,000, $300,000 properties. Joey, Sarah would like to know what a scribe is.
Oh, awesome. So Scribe basically is a software that basically tracks your mouse. So every time I click on something or enter something manually, it basically puts a step. So step one, click on this. Step two is type in this or whatever. So it's very visually friendly because yeah. So visually friendly, it's easy to follow, and they're super simple. So those will be linked with this as well.
Awesome. Scott would like to know, so most time we get picks done the day before a listing goes live. Since it's recommended 10 days early, is that going to be too late to order a marketing package? So Joe, you can answer this one, but short answer is no.
Yep, nope, never too late. If you get it the day before, get us that link. We'll get you stuff. We'll get you proofs over within 24 hours, like I said. And so things like that, just let us know and we can work with you, make that happen. But if it is printed materials, they do take 5 to 7 days to receive.
Let's see, Amy asking, can you provide marketing flyers that do not have prices that we can share with sellers? Alyssa, I believe those are on the that website tab that you showed with what's included.
Yes. We had to add them, but
Okay,
yes, they'll get
perfect.
them today.
Perfect.
Shayla
Yes,
was finishing.
so those will be on the website. And we'll send out the link to the website again in This Week at Distinctive, but it was cbmarketingpackage.com. And yes, so we do have the versions that kind of show what's included, because I know those are great to take to your listing appointments as well. And yes, VCK Group is wondering, for a while we were getting emails from marketing letting us know which websites, properties that we had were listed getting the most clicks and views. Will we still be receiving those? So that is an option on the form, so you can check and opt in to receive those still, yes. And we were receiving poor quality postcards for a while. Were those express stocks, or were we using a new company? So those we will have to check in, and I can't remember exactly what the situation was with yours. We can reach out to you separately on that and see which postcards those were. They may have been express stocks. If they were, we can definitely take a look into that. But no, it's not this is the same company we've been using previously. Christy is wondering, is there geofencing for commercial? Yes, there is. So similar to different, there's a bunch of different digital ads that are available for both residential and commercial. Geofencing is a great one to use for commercial as well. And is the postcard program still a thing? Yes, absolutely. So postcard program is separate from the marketing packages. Highly recommend getting signed up for that if you're not already. And I know you are, Dina, in town. So that's great. Yes, it's still a thing. Still will be sending out those one postcard per month through CB Connect. And that, if you would like more information, is at changelivesacademy.com/postcard. So no changes to CB Connect. It is separate from marketing packages, which are more listing focused. And Amy, regarding marketing brochures, can we have you print on high print level and cardstock, basically show the quality we provide? I'm not sure if I fully understand. And I do know that when you select the different levels, so the pre-selected options are based on the price point. Again, so if you do have a global luxury listing, we're recommending those higher end printed materials. So those calendar fold outs that are on really nice paper, the trifolds. So we do have those kind of preset in our recommendations. Although if you're asking about printing locally, we can talk separately about that because we don't have that baked into our marketing packages, but it might be something we can help with on a case-by-case basis. And Jimmy, does each listing still get its own website? Yes, it does. So that is actually separate from the marketing packages. It's a great thing to mention to your sellers and your listing appointments. That is automatically generated for every listing, regardless of whether or not you order a marketing package. And you can access that if you go into CBIQ and click on your listing. On the right-hand side, there's a little share box. And in that, you'll find the links to your single listing website for your each of your listings. All right. Let me know if I missed anything. I know we're at times here, so I want to turn it back over to Jeff to wrap us up. But if you do have any other questions, feel free to email us marketing@cbdistinctive.com, and we will include slides and recording in This Week at Distinctive. But again, we're really excited about this. Glad to hear that you are excited about this as well. And we're here to help however we can. So with that, I will turn it back to Jeff to wrap things up.
Awesome. Lots to unpack in there. Guys, amazing work. I know the whole team's not on here, but Joey, Alyssa, Carrie, thank you guys for taking a deep dive in with us. A couple things that jumped off the page for me, those client-facing flyers, y'all, like during a listing presentation, like Carrie alluded to it, like that's an absolute game changer. Like, oh, by the way, this is what you get. But I only want to pay 5%. Great. You don't get any of this. I want all of that. Okay, great. We're going to pay 6% or whatever the case may be. And you folks in Iowa, 7%. That's good work. Geofencing, amazing for everything. I absolutely love that. And Carrie, it's fairly affordable, right? Like to us, like, and it bears fruit.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect.
And yep, digital ads are still there with those boost leads. So it's all
so huge, so huge. My default was always a CB2 for what it's worth. I don't think I've ever allowed, I shouldn't say allowed. I've never known my wife to order anything but a CB2 or a global luxury for what it's worth. And by the way, guys, Wealth Engine, Nelly, I know enough about this platform to be super scary and dangerous. I love this type of stuff. I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, if you guys are at all curious about it, call me, text me. I would love to dive deep into that, that inner web, if you will. So listen, we want you all to be able to leverage your current listings to get your very unfair share of the market, your unfair advantage, because it literally is an advantage that you have over all of your competition. Let me say that again. These packages give you an unfair advantage over your entire competition. So leverage this team, leverage their skill set, but leverage their ability to get you in the right place in front of the right people at the right time. See, the greatest impact this organization can have on each one of you is to either teach you, show you, or coach you to get one new listing every single month. Think about that for a split second. Each month you wake up on the first knowing that, hey, during the next 29 days, because it's leap year, during the next 31 days for all those other months and 30 days, you're going to wake up knowing at some point you're going to get a new listing. If you go back to what I was talking about before, what I mentioned earlier was these packages are designed to not only help you sell this current place, but what? Get you 3 additional opportunities with a buyer, with another seller, to showcase who you are as an agent. Guys, how impactful would that actually be for your goal, for your family, for your life? It would be absolutely huge. Just saying. So please, 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 I encourage you all to come back, same time, same place next Friday. We are going to unpack the luxury piece in all of this. You're going to get all of this fun stuff and then all of the bougie shit. Excuse my French. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you all next week. In Iowa, I'm going to be there Monday night. Let's rock and roll. Have an amazing weekend.